Welcome back to the channel. I've not been out catching fish for a couple of weeks, so I was out twice in the same day for this video. And I managed to catch cod and a few other species in both the day session and the nighttime session. I was at this mark about a month ago and had a really good day with a really good mix of species. I'll put a link to that video in the description just in case you haven't seen it. Before I started fishing, I got my crab pot set up and I had it baited with a big rainbow trout head, some old squid and a couple of little bits of mackerel. We did have a fairly decent result with the pot on the last trip, catching an edible crab that was a little bit undersized, as well as a velvet swimming crab. But you'll see at the end of the video, it didn't exactly go to plan today. After throwing the pot in, I started getting the rod set up. And on the first rod, I had my usual paternoster rig, and I had fairly small hooks and baits on this, and I was fishing this at close range. I've got a video on how I tie these rigs, and I'll put a link to that in the description as well. I caught a lot of fish fairly close in, just in this rocky bay, the last time I was here. But I had a couple of beach casters with me that I was casting out with much bigger baits, a lot further out. I started off on one of the rods with a massive ragworm tipped with a little bit of squid. And on the other rod, I started off with a prawn and bacon combo. I've never used bacon to target cod before, but I had a couple of comments recently saying that it's a good option, so I thought I'd give it a try. And I did catch one of the cod in the night session on a bacon combo. The cod I caught during the day came on the rod with the size 1 circle hooks with just a little bait. The session started off fairly slow and I was just getting bothered by crabs to start off with. But after about an hour, I finally managed to catch the first fish. It was only a little one, but at least it was a fish and not just crabs stealing my bait. There's the first catch. Very welcome, even though he's tiny. I would always recommend using circle hooks, especially if you aren't going to keep the fish, because you almost never deep hook them. Always good to get the first fish of the day. Hopefully it's not the only one. I actually thought this was a crab bite again, so it was a good surprise that it was actually a decent sized coalfish. That's a bit better. Right in the lip again. Well, if they keep getting bigger like that, I'll be happy. After returning that fish, I only had to wait about 10 more minutes before I got a really good bite. And after I landed the next fish, I was getting bites every 5 minutes. There must have been a shoal of fish that came up into the bay. I could tell right away this was a better fish. Some weight to this. Yes! There we go! Beautiful cod. Look at that, Lan. Hey! Stunning wee fish. Quite dark. Beautiful. Just hooked right in the lip with circle hooks again, so he'll go back no bother at all. I don't really want to throw him. I'll go down there, it's a little bit lower. Get one last wee look. Beautiful. Get one the next wave. In fact, I'm going to go down closer. I don't want to throw him. Oh. Should be okay from here, I think. That came on a little size 1 circle hook. And I think I had half a ragworm and a little bit of prawn on it. So not a big bait at all, and a tiny little hook. And as usual, after catching the target species or a good fish, it was pie time. There's half a pork pie for you, pal. Quality! I've got the big baits away out there, and I caught a cod 20 yards out there in about 3 metres of water. Brilliant. That's the bait that caught the cod. A little bit of worm and half a prawn. Let's see if we can get another one. Doesn't feel as big. It's just a nice coalfish. Decent fish though. Really pretty fish. Not a bad size. Right, Tom Daly, let's see what you've got. Whoa, pretty good. Solid 9 out of 10. Just got another fish off camera. I must have already been recording and switched it off instead of switching it on. Fish on straight away there.
I think it's just another coalfish. Yep. Another pretty wee fish though.
I was catching coalfish pretty much every cast, but I had to keep some bait for the night session, so I didn't hang about too long. And my mate was going to join me for the night session, so I had to go and pick him up.
I'm gonna go home, pick up my mate, drop Lana off, and then come back down and fish for a few hours in the dark. Hopefully there's a few more cod came up into the bay by then. Fingers crossed anyway. Right, I'll see you when it's dark in 3, 2, 1, and we're back. Just getting set up. Can't see a thing. I've got a lantern that's set up. I'll put that up in a wee minute.
On the beach casters, we were using 3/0 hooks, and we tried a few different baits. I had some really big ragworms, but we just got coldfish with these. The cod came on cocktail baits, and we had razor clam, bacon, mackerel, squid and prawn with us. We did try a few big baits, the same as what I was doing during the day as well, but pretty much all the fish came on medium sized baits. As soon as we got all the rods set up, we lit a wee fire, and I always love combining two of my favourite things, campfires and fishing. Again in this session, it was a bit of a slow start for me. I think Rory managed to catch about 5 fish before I even got a bite.
Ah, doubler.
Oh, there we go.
Cod and
A wee tiny cod or a coalfish. Nice.
I think that was Rory's first proper cast. He had one bad cast that landed right at our feet, but as soon as he banged it out again, he got that double. And he didn't have to wait long before he managed to catch another species as well.
That's quite a big rockling. Another species though.
I know some people complain about catching fish like this when you're targeting cod, but I just like getting a nice mix of species. As long as you do get the target one as well.
Oh, that's a big fish. Ah, it's dropped it. I'm pretty sure I lost it.
It must have just swam at me fast, because it was still on.
Maybe no.
come down to where I am.
This wasn't as dangerous as it looks. We could see fine, just the camera was struggling with the light from the lantern.
Just shine the light down there so I can see when it's coming. Try and follow the line.
Oh, you're coming.
I've seen it there. Oh, and I'm recording, thank God. That was an ordeal trying to get him up. But that's an absolute cracking fish. Just hooked as well. Hook's just dropped out there. Oh! Decent fish.
The scales that we had with us weren't very reliable, but we did manage to get a length of the fish.
inch.
18 inch. There we go. That fish came on mackerel and razor clam. A wee cocktail. Oh, there's a bit of bacon on it as well. It was bacon, mackerel and razor combo. Aye. That's probably the best sized coalfish we've had. Oh! Quite a fat one. Rory just got another coalfish, but he chucked him back before I could get him on camera.
He was shy.
Oh, that's a good fish. Unless it's in the weeds, but it feels big. I'll give it some slack. Got it out. Ah, it's half though. Have I got something?
I don't know. Oh, hiya.
He must have been wrapped up in seaweed to start with, because it felt like a huge fish. Something though. Another decent sized coalfish. The camera holder thing's just snapped, so I didn't get any of that bite on camera. I have to hold the camera now, but I've just caught a wee rockling. I'll just get the hook out and give you a better look. There we go. Really cool wee fish. Pity it's not a big cod though. I'll put him back in.
We didn't manage to catch any more cod, but we still had the pot to pull up, and I was hopeful of a big crab or lobster, but we didn't notice in the dark how much the swell had picked up.
Well, that's the end of that pot. Bit much of a swell, I think. Absolutely destroyed.
Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all again soon. Cheers.